If you're navigating crippling anxiety after a cancer diagnosis, well, then this video is a must-watch for you. We know that 96% of cancer survivors are challenged with the fear of a cancer recurrence. Waking up in the morning and your first thought is cancer. This is no way to live. So whether you've just been diagnosed, in treatment, or even years out from your cancer diagnosis, this video is a must-watch for you. If you're navigating anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder after a cancer diagnosis, then this video offers quick strategies to release those emotions. Let's dive in. There are 3 things that you need to focus on to be free of the fear of cancer. The first is, without a doubt, transformative mindset work. Now, of course, seeking out therapy or mental health support is a critical piece of fully recovering from the traumatic experience that is cancer. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm also not talking about just being positive. If you're a generally positive person and generally upbeat, then that's amazing, and you're definitely gonna go a lot further with that. But just being positive isn't the answer. You need to start with doing transformative mindset work. What this means is identifying your current mindset triggers and transforming those thoughts to a more secure place. There are generally 2 types of mindsets: fixed and growth. These mindsets have thoroughly been described by psychologist and researcher Carol Dweck. A fixed mindset is saying or thinking something like, "This is just my new normal," or "I'll never be the same as I was before cancer." Or maybe, "I'm just not the type of person who likes to work out and eat vegetables." These are all labels that we're self-imposing. They do not serve you, and they are not truth or fact. But because you repeat them to yourself so often, you live them out like they are truth. Now, where you need to spend more of your time is in the growth mindset. This is also referred to as the cancer remission mindset. A cancer remission mindset is saying or thinking something like, "I want to be the healthiest version of myself ever after cancer," or "I'm learning what my body needs to recover from cancer." A cancer remission mindset is a mindset of curiosity and control, learning and growing. Now, this all sounds great, but how do you move yourself from a fixed mindset to a cancer remission mindset? Here's how to start. Simply start by writing down when you're having thoughts of a fixed mindset. As a cancer survivor myself, I do this every single day. Anytime that a sneaky fixed mindset thought starts creeping in, I write it down. By writing it down, I can identify it and stop it in its tracks. Once you've developed the habit of identifying fixed mindset thoughts, then we can start transforming those into cancer remission mindsets. This is where the anxiety and fear, it really starts melting away. But if you're the type of high-achieving, type A person like I am, then you likely want a really clear plan about how to stay cancer-free. The good news is that although you've likely never been given one by your oncology team, that doesn't mean you can't get one now. The next step in being free from the crippling anxiety of cancer is to create an anti-cancer plan. You have so much power in reducing your risk of a cancer recurrence, but hardly anyone actually taps into that power. Here's why. You've likely never been given a plan on how to do it. After you finished cancer treatment, you probably got the thumbs up, green light, and sent along your way. You were left to figure it out on your own. But if you're anything like me, the first thought you had after you finished your cancer treatment was, how am I going to stay cancer-free? I wanted to make sure I was doing everything in my power to stop cancer from coming back, but what exactly does that mean? Unfortunately, your oncology team likely just said, eat healthy and exercise, and we'll follow up with a scan at your next appointment. But that's not a plan on how to stay cancer-free. So here's what I want you to do instead. An anti-cancer plan is created in 3 different pillars: food, movement, and mindset. These are 3 of the most effective strategies to stay cancer-free and to prevent a cancer recurrence. Now, when we look at a recent publication from JAMA Oncology, it found that only 4% of cancer survivors were truly living an anti-cancer lifestyle. This means 96% of cancer survivors are not doing everything they can to stay cancer-free. Now, when you create an anti-cancer plan, it needs to be specific to you, your diagnosis, your body, your goals. It's much like a treatment plan. Chemotherapy is not one size fits all. It's customized to you. Your anti-cancer plan, it needs to be the same. And when you get all of these pieces in place, you reduce your risk of a cancer recurrence by up to 60%. That's incredible. This is definitely worth investing your time, effort, and finances in making sure you are connected with an expert who can create an anti-cancer plan for you. If you want to get started and find out more, then join my free masterclass, Confidently Cancer Free. This is a free masterclass on discovering what cancer thrivers do to stay cancer-free. I'll link it up below so you can register to join. And the third thing that you absolutely need to be free from the crippling anxiety after cancer is a community of cancer thrivers. Now, many people will say to me that they're part of a Facebook group or a community support group for cancer survivors. But this is not what I'm talking about. Facebook support groups for cancer survivors can be an incredibly anxiety-provoking place to be. Many of the people who are vocal in the group are victimized by their cancer diagnosis. They're stuck in this place of being a patient, and they want other people to listen or complain alongside them and be a patient too. As an ovarian cancer survivor myself, I left Facebook support groups years ago. I was determined to fully heal after my cancer diagnosis and be the healthiest version of myself ever. In order to do that, I couldn't be constantly triggered by people who were complaining and blaming and being victims of their diagnosis. Those people are not motivated to be the healthiest versions of themselves after cancer. You know that you become the average of the people you spend the most time with, right? So you need to be careful about who you surround yourself with and what type of information you're absorbing. Now, you do not need to do this alone. You absolutely need a community around you, but you need to be part of a community of cancer thrivers, people who are living their best life despite cancer. That's exactly who I surround myself with in the Cancer Freedom Program. These women are high achievers. They're looking to get back to who they were before cancer and even better. They want to travel. They want to spend time with their family. They want to focus on doing the things that they love. The energy that these type of people provide is uplifting and encouraging. Starting today, I want you to really audit who you're surrounding yourself with, both in person and virtually. Who are you following on social media? What support groups are you in? What does your family and friends, what do they have to say to you? Start really being selective with your energy. Many of us don't even realize how we're being impacted by negative energy until we start to audit this. Once you clear away a lot of that negativity, the anxiety, it starts to melt away. But you need to hold yourself accountable to this. Making these kind of changes is difficult. Get yourself clear boundaries and guidelines so you can start to make progress. Okay, so now that you know the first few pieces of how I help my clients get rid of the crippling anxiety after cancer, the next thing that you need to know is how to start creating an anti-cancer plan. That's exactly why I'm linking up this next video for you here. Click the link here and I'll see you in the next video.